I have serious fiscal concerns about funding cyber schools at the same level as our brick and mortar schools. We know that they do not have the same cost as traditional schools. There isn't the cost of busing, of sports, of heating and maintaining large buildings that hold many thousands of students, of maintaining playground areas, and so much more that our brick and mortars do. Our state's funding should be in line with the need of the operation. Spending tax dollars to increase the for-profit corporations isn't what our budget should be about. As always, school funding should be about the students and making sure that they have the best education. We know we have literacy issues in our schools. Think about our struggle to help third graders read at the proper level. Taking money away from other educational programs such as our brick and mortar schools, CTE training, and literacy programs to overfund cyber schools is not a sustainable solution, and my amendment would address that. Reducing the cyber funding allowance to 75% of the state minimum is in alignment with what the governor recommended. My amendment would take the 25, It would take the 25 million this reduction would generate, and it would replace the 23 million in one-time funding currently in place for CTE reimbursement programs. And then it takes that 23 million in one-time funding and puts it into a work project program to fund Michigan Education Corps reading program. This is a program that brings people into our schools to work one-on-one with children who need it to help them to learn to read. Imagine what one-on-one can do for a student struggling to read. And then imagine what that child can do with their future when they can read and excel. We do have the program here in Michigan already, but only on a very limited basis. This amendment would help it become a truly measurable force in our battle to fix our literacy issues. This exact program has made a huge difference in Minnesota, a state who is on top of the list for educating its students. I ask for my colleagues' support with this amendment, and I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The question before the House is on the adoption of the amendment. The clerk will open the board. The amendment is not adopted.